What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome to the show. We got a good one for you today. Also, I'm on tour, finishing up the tour and shooting my special. Starting off with Chicago, and I'm going everywhere, ladies and germs. I'm in Charleston. I'm in Durham. Show up, Durham. Where you at, North Carolina? Come on and raise up. I'm in Atlanta. I do Philly. Philly. I'm at the Met, which I'm so proud of. The Beacon in New York. I'm doing Phoenix. 2 shows in San Francisco. 2 shows in San Diego. And 4 shows in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I'm filming my special. 4 shows. So go get those tickets right now at andrewsantino.com. andrewsantino.com.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that from. I guess about to meet him once again today. It is Adrienne Iapalucci. I said Iapalucci. I've heard Louis call you Iapalucci, and you say that's how you say it.
I say Iapalucci, yeah.
But it could be Iapalucci.
It could be whatever. I'm not saying it correct.
Do you know where your pig family is from?
I don't know.
You don't know what
Somewhere
part of Italy?
disgusting, I'm sure.
Yeah, somewhere trash.
Probably.
You've never done one of those.
No, but I'm not all Italian though.
What's the other side again?
Hungarian.
But say it. Hungarian. Say it. Say the J word.
Jew? How am I Jew? This is the thing.
You know
like,
that shakes me to my core.
I know. Listen, no one likes the Jews, especially right now. But like, I also don't identify as a Jew.
What do you identify as?
Bronx trash.
Bronx trash. Yeah. And is there a lot of Jews in the Bronx? No, they're Brooklyn based mostly.
I think they were in the Bronx on the concourse, and then they all left when like black people came.
Oh, and here they are, the Jews pretending like they're, we're not like the other whites. Yeah,
I'm
you
not
are.
saying that's for sure what happened. I'm just.
It sounds right.
It does.
It sounds very right. You're born and raised in the Bronx. You've never lived anywhere but New York.
No.
That's awesome.
Is it?
I think it's beautiful.
I think it makes you a bad person.
It does.
You're not supposed to live in New York City the whole time.
Where would you go if you could go?
Like anywhere? Like I'm just like on a beach?
What's your like, where I wish I lived, where I wish I moved? What's your secondary life?
I do like the beach.
Yeah.
I don't actually hate LA. Everyone thinks I would hate it here.
Come on over.
I don't think I can come on
We could
over.
use a talented comedian out here.
I mean, Ari's forcing me to go to Austin for 3 months.
Oof.
Enjoy. When I was there, he made everyone talk. He made Rogan talk to me about moving to Austin. Everyone is like, "You're moving to Austin." I'm like, "I'm going for 3 months. I'm keeping my apartment.
Yeah.
I'm not going to really be there a lot."
I don't want to do this right now about Austin, but it's great. But it's not New York, dude.
It's
New
too
York is New
hot.
York. It's the best city in the world.
New York is a terrible place.
It's the best city in the
Every
world.
9/11, I pray for a sequel. I hate New York City so fucking much. It's the worst place ever. Everyone is mad all the time.
Yeah, but isn't that beautiful?
I think it would be nice if I got to do that for a time, but as a kid growing up like that, it's just like it's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You should either grow up there or end up there, but you shouldn't be there the whole time.
Well, then what about LA? Like, I moved here when I was 21, and I haven't left. And I do plan on leaving, but I haven't left.
Where are you going to go?
Well, for a while, I was going to go to New York, and I never got to go because of family stuff. Unfortunately, I'm stuck here. But I don't know. I mean, where's my, I want to die on a lake. Very bad. I want to die
That's like very easy.
I want to die in the middle of winter. Well, don't.
Okay. Blame it on this guy.
I will, trust me.
McCuskey.
If anybody does kill me,
It's gonna
you know
be
how they go
him.
to the spouse first? It's this guy will be the first person the FBI looks at. As
then
if
he'll
the
lose his
FBI would look at
job.
my case.
They would look at your case.
No chance.
Have Rogan call it in a favor.
Yeah, he from the mothership. They're like, I'm calling from the alien bastion. Before we go too far, your special came out on Netflix. It's called The Dark Queen.
Yes.
Which is reference to kind of this gentrification move of you pushing black people out of the Bronx. That's called it was called the Dark Queen movement.
Yeah.
Very good.
Queen.
Dark Queen. Hey, Dark Queen. There it is.
I love that move when you're just like,
Pat it. You know,
Yeah,
I
you
found
can't-
myself doing that. I shot a TV show and I had to wear a wig every day.
Oh yeah, you
and
can't get
all
in there.
day, every day.
It's so itchy.
Oof, I wanted to kill somebody.
I one time went on a rabbit hole watching black women get their hair done in a salon. It takes like 8 hours. I was like, I get why they're always upset. Mm-hmm. You must have just gotten your hair done, sat there for
Imagine
12
that,
hours.
and then afterwards working at the DMV.
The DMV is where everyone their boyfriend just cheated on them. It's the worst place in the world. Everyone is always mad at the DMV. You don't. Why are there no shootings at the DMV?
There have been a couple of attempts, right? No, that's post office is mostly where people shoot up. Has anybody shot at a DMV? I feel like you should, though. That is a place to go cap off.
That's a great place.
And
Take some drivers
congratulations.
off the road.
By the way, congratulations. New York is getting back to its old ways, shooting whites in mid-city now. This is
I
kinda
mean,
cool.
it's nice. An Italian did it.
There was one 8 days ago.
There was 8 days ago, there was a shooting at a DMV. Where?
Or
Where?
I guess someone was charged in connection of the shooting death of DMV activist.
Man,
What's
they're
a DMV activist?
I don't know. This
You
guy.
haven't joined?
Yeah.
What is a
I'll
DMV?
give you the form.
Wait, what is a DMV activist?
It's those of us that are fed up with the process and we just want change.
Cornelius McDonald, DMV activist.
That's either white or black. I don't know what that is.
Cornelius is a guy from the South or a guy from Harlem.
Right, but I don't know who it is.
Imagine if it's a black guy from a white guy from Harlem, but a black guy from the South. It can go both.
It can go both ways.
This can spread all over.
And both are bad. There's no. It's not good either way. Whatever it is, it's bad.
Both of them are bad. This is.
It's
You're
not
right.
good.
No, it's not going to be good. What?
It might be DMV, like the area of America.
What is DMV? The area of
And
America.
Delaware,
Oh,
Maryland, and
that's not the
Virginia?
actual DMV.
Yeah, I think that might be that DMV. 'cause
Well,
it's
we'll
in
have
the
to cut that part out.
That's
You
disappoint-
idiot.
that's
You
disappointing.
stupid idiot. You overpaid louse. You loser mole.
What do you want to do with like your life?
Hopefully jump off of something high.
Macau-
McCone, what do you want to do with your life?
So I was originally hired by these guys to go on tour and film behind the scenes stuff because I do film stuff.
Shut up, stop. He's a film school nerd. He wants
Yeah.
to be a director.
So
and
I'm
stuff.
doing-
He'll talk
I'll
your
shoot
ear
some
off about
stuff.
name
Yeah.
one movie.
He's not going to talk to me.
I know.
He's not talking my
That's
ear
what I
off.
like. Shut up
I'll
now.
just go, no thanks.
He's very hittable, isn't he? Though he's cute, but he's very punchable.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He has a face you want to punch.
Imagine if he moved to New York. Well, I mean, he robbed
He would get punched by everyone.
everyone. The first week on the subway,
They
you're
would
getting
just
robbed.
walk on you on the subway.
Idiot, loser, idiot. Back to reality. First of all, great Jays.
Thank you.
Love a Jordan.
They're good.
Love a Jordan on a girl. You
They're
know why?
nice.
Because
Why?
we can all wear them. Who cares? But there's only certain girls that will wear them. And what kind of girls wear Jordans?
Girls that fuck black guys.
That's exactly right.
There we
yes,
go.
that is exactly right. And you do.
Yeah.
And God bless.
What am I
Dark
going to
queen.
do? You can't be racist in the Bronx. You gotta.
This is a black eye bat signal when you wear Jordans as a white girl.
I'm hoping that
Yeah.
and these
And the
fake,
hoop earrings. Yeah,
the
it's
fake
a-
earrings. I'm going back to 1996.
Well, that was the
It was a
greatest
good
time.
year. Yeah.
Bulls, baby. I'm from Chicago, so for me, that was like my childhood was filled with championships and the convergence of hip hop into pop culture. It was like the coolest thing in the world to me.
Me and Michael Jordan have the same birthday. May, February 17th.
You don't even know your own birthday. That's so good.
I've been talking so much today. Who cares?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Who'd you come from before this?
Ryan Sickler.
Love the sick dog.
Yeah.
Did
His
he-
dog is so fucking cute.
So cute. So cute. Did you get stoned? Do you get stoned?
No.
You don't ever
It
get stoned.
goes good or bad, and there's no way to know how it's going to go.
Right. What's your vice?
Like everything, a little bit of everything. I keep switching.
Like, was
it'll
it
be
ever...
like food, it'll
Right.
be alcohol, it'll be shopping, it'll be like guys. It's just like, what's that say? You keep switching seats on the Titanic. That's like what addiction is.
It is.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
What are you going through now?
I think I'm just depressed right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Like being up during the day is tough.
Are you you're a full sleeper? You're like, I sleep till 2 p.m.?
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
So you sleep all day and then you work all night. And then what time would you go to bed?
Depends. I've been trying to get up earlier, but like sometimes I'll go to sleep 3, 4 o'clock. I think I slept like 2 hours last night.
You're like Attell. You're like the female Attell.
Kind of.
He keeps
He
those
seems
crazy
so
hours.
miserable too, and I guess that's me also.
But he's not, though.
He's not miserable.
He's miserable like we're all sad, but he's
Sure.
he is so in love with comedy that
He
it's-
loves stand up more than anyone I've ever met.
I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like
and
a-
I actually hate stand up.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, please watch The Dark Queen right now on Netflix. We all hate stand-up. It's bullshit, but it's the most, for moments of time, it's the most fun we've ever had in our life. It returns to like one little thing from your childhood where you're like, wow, I'll remember this forever. That's what stand-up feels like little glimmers of it.
Do you love being on stage? Like, there are some comics that like need to be on stage. They love it.
No, I'm not Norman. I don't want to like do a gig then go do a gig. You know, Nick Norman's notorious. He'll do a show and then go find a local bar and be like, "Hey, can I pop on?
That's actually really
Can
good.
I do some
That's a
time?
really good Norman.
Hey, Italian Jew, what are you gonna do?
Oh my God.
Make your pasta, steal your
That's
money."
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I bet his wife will have a baby and he'll be like at an open mic. Like,
He's
that's
having
just-
he's having a baby soon, and I guarantee
right.
he
He's gonna
will.
be like, oh, I just got
Yeah.
5 minutes.
You got to do a spot.
How the fuck do you do that?
He'll name the kid Esty just to kiss the ring.
Oh God.
Hey, little Esty came out. Got to do a spot. Got to do 5. Quick, got to take 5. He's I don't know, because being around, we kind of are the same generation, him and I. So I can't do celebrities like fame. You know, when people do like, I can't do
Sure.
those. I can do people I know that I've heard enough over the years that it gets
Interesting.
etched into my. Because we.
I think
you know,
Mark's voice probably isn't that hard to do.
You just go back here, and then it's
Right.
more mannerism. It's more mannerism than anything.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, gotta go. When he does that kind of stuff, yeah. He's a 90-year-old man. But I know what you mean. I don't love...
Some people need to be on stage. They're like, I love it. It's
No.
like, I'm on stage. I'm mostly uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get off.
Yeah. I just want to get to the things I really wanted to get to, which most of the time, you know, you find this, the irony of like when you, I'm sure on this special too, a joke that you kind of like does phenomenal, and a joke that you love does okay.
Yeah. Or like people like the joke that you wouldn't think is that great.
Yeah, that's almost
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. And then there's jokes that you love and no one really likes and you still keep doing them.
Those are my favorite.
I know. It's like just for you.
I actually have two in the special I'm going to record that are, he knows.
It's just for you.
People don't like them, but people are like, oh yeah. And then I verbally have said, and like, I like that.
Yeah. It's
I'm
like,
doing
that
it.
one's for me.
And I don't care that you don't like it at all, because people don't know how to feel about it. But I think that's the balance of it's like, we're giving you all of it. Can I have some?
Yeah. I mean, this is also something I really like. I thought of that joke you really like and this joke you don't also like.
Right.
They came from the same person.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Where did you record Dark Queen?
In the cellar. McDougal.
Oh, you did McDougal?
Yeah.
The best room on planet Earth.
Yeah, this downstairs.
I keep saying this to a lot of people because I started at the Comedy Store, so that's my home. But the Comedy Store, the feeling that I have when I do the OR in the Comedy Store is the exact same when I do McDougal, because it's a bigger. McDougal's 180, something like that.
No, I think it's 140.
140.
Yeah.
And OR, I think is when it's max, it's like 225, but they usually put 2. So it's similar in size, but it's real low and dark.
Yeah.
And it's so contained that it feels like they're really with you.
Do you like? A lot of people like the Village Underground better.
No,
I don't
opposite,
either.
Opposite.
Me neither. But everyone that's where most people film.
Yeah, I get it. I like it. It's a nice room.
It's big.
It's
It's
big.
bigger.
It's a great room, but it's also it's a lot of pillars, which
Pillars are the worst for
I said that to
comedy.
Liz. I'm like, a lot of pillars.
Yeah, it's not good for comedy.
Hey, a lot of pillars. What's going on here?
That's so crazy.
You guys building Greece again? A lot of pillars. I feel like
It's so insane.
I know. Sometimes I do it when I'm fucking my wife.
And does she love it?
Hates it.
Hates it.
Hates
I
him
can
so
see
much.
that.
Hey, I'm gonna come. Okay, I gotta cut it out.
It's actually so funny
I have
to
to
me.
stop. It's so stupid.
I know, but it's great. I'm like fascinated by it. They could do such a good Mark Norman.
He's the one I could do. I can't do anybody. You know who's really Soder can do? Soder's incredible.
good too. Yeah,
He's a magician.
He could do a lot of.
Him and I tested SNL for the same year, and both lost to Pete Davidson. Shout out to
Wow.
Skinny Pete.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
the kid.
nice.
The kid got. Well, he was a kid. He was like 19. Soder and I were like
Also-
32.
Yeah,
Lauren
and
was
also
like,
his dad died in 9/11. It's like, how do you not?
Did
do
he?
it? Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
You don't know his dad died in 9/11?
Never heard it. Can you imagine? The one guy that never heard that story. Did his dad die in 9/11? Well, that validates all those feelings that I had about him then.
Wait, you did know? Of
course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool if you didn't know.
Yeah.
You just thought he got it and beat you really bad.
Naturally. No, he's a
He's
talented
very
kid.
funny, yeah.
He's
But
a very
but
talented
you're right.
kid.
He is also 19.
He was a child, and Lauren verbatim was like, I don't think you're the puzzle piece that I'm looking for.
You could have just said no. I
Yeah.
don't need the puzzle piece.
By the way, I
thing.
flew back to New York. Like, I flew to L.A., got a call, flew back to New York 3 days later.
You flew back for him to tell you no?
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of notoriously funny to me. I was actually like, that's so funny.
It's hilarious.
To fly me back out, put me back up in a hotel, have me come to like an eat. We were supposed to have lunch. Then it was like supper time. You know what I mean? Like a 4 p.m. And then it turned into kind of like come at 6 or something.
And you're like, I definitely didn't get it. What are we doing
100%.
here?
Yeah, dude, fuck.
It's like, hey, just come by at 10 p.m.
Yeah. Just come by when I'm in my car. Yeah, I valeted his car. And you're not the puzzle piece. No, it was a weird. But Sodi and I was stoked to see him there because it made me feel comfortable. I was like, well, if he gets it, don't care because I love Danny. And then I knew Pete too. I met him when he was like 16 or whatever. And so when he got it, I thought, oh, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, he's a child.
It's like a handsome, young, cool kid. I was like, yeah, I'm a burnt loser. So anyway, Normand. My Normand has come up in front of him, and I don't think he likes it. I think he's okay with it, but I don't think he likes it.
He doesn't love it.
No.
But a lot of people do it too.
Yeah, well, it's a cartoon.
Right.
Yeah, stop being a cartoon. I'll stop doing the voice.
Wow. This got deep.
No, I love him to death. He's
No, you can't.
He knows I love him. You know I love you, Mark.
No, you don't.
Hey, I love you. McDougal is to me much better than. And for people that don't know, that's the original Comedy Cellar room. When you see, like Louis, when he taped his show was in McDougal. That wasn't in VU, right?
No, it was McDougal.
Yeah, that's why. And it just feels so close.
I like that it's like very tight, right? There's like very low ceilings. It's everyone's kind of on top of each other. That's kind of what you need.
I was just there. I just saw you out there, and I love those sets at McDougal for some reason.
Oh my God, that story with that girl with the French fry.
With the French fries. I was just going to bring that up. Did you see this?
I know you told me. You were saying it. It was so funny.
The weird, of all the like heckles, because I don't do a lot of crowd work. I just not my thing. But I usually will avoid when an idiot is like, and I just keep going. I keep going. Unless it's like, dude, come on, please.
You're
like
ruining
genuinely
this.
cut it out. But this woman is sitting in the front row, like a 26-year-old, right in there, 26, 29, and a late 30s guy who's in like a button down, and she's kind of like, she looks very bohemian. She's like very like relaxed, and she's picking up fries, looking at me, and feeding them to the man. Like real nonchalant.
I thought he was feeding her.
Oh no, I'm sorry. She's feeding him. He's feeding her.
I thought everything was a lie that
I'm
I've
backwards.
learned.
He's feeding her French fries, and I. It's in the first row. It's the two first people, and I had to be like, "What is it? Are you a serial killer?" I mean, it looked so.
It's such a crazy
creepy.
thing to be feeding somebody that's
French
not
fries.
a baby
It's just
in a comedy show.
oh so gross. And then I was like, "What is going on?" And then she immediately is like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Fuck me." Do you not know how crazy this is? And then finally, after I let it go at the end of the set, I was like, you know, I love you guys. The fries are on me. I paid for the fries already. So have another basket to go because I've enjoyed my experience meeting you. And I go, this must be just how you guys communicate love. And she goes, we just met. I was like, this makes it even worse.
I like how you said he was dipping it in the ketchup first.
Yeah, he
That's very caring.
Yeah, he did a little ketchup and gave it to her. But she was so like relaxed, and you could tell did not want to go to it. He was like, I love comedy. We got to go see a show. And she's like, comedy?
I don't want to go.
I'm like, comedy where?
He's like, I'll feed you like a baby bird. I would have loved it if he was chewing them and then spitting it into her mouth.
Now that I would have been like, this guy's the king.
The baby
Just
bird effect.
Spitting in her mouth. But that room to me is unequivocally the most, like, you get the most yes and the most no, which I love.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Like
They're with you and then you lose them and then they're with you and you lose
I love
them.
that. Where VU, you can get pockets. Other rooms, you can get pockets of like, oh, those people really like it.
Yeah, the view is also very big. So I think if I'm like not high energy, it's hard to connect with the back of the room because I'm not like on stage like dancing and shit, you know?
You used to. That was your big act.
I know. I
Dancing
had to
Queen
stop
was your
doing
first
it.
special. Yeah, the Dancing Queen.
I wish.
Why did you stop? Yeah, you should have kept going, dude.
I was doing too well.
Yeah, you were crushing.
I was like, I
Everyone
need to
said that.
actually bomb a lot.
The chatter was around town. They're
Yeah.
like, Age, she needs to cut that shit out. When you were a kid, did they call you Age?
Yes, age. I had one guy that called me AIDS.
AIDS. That's nice.
I loved it.
Yeah. When did that stop? The age.
The AIDS?
Age joke.
It was a guy. It was only one guy that called me that.
Yeah. What
And then
happened
he
to him?
kind of stopped.
Where's he?
We still talk. You know, we like reconnected like 20 years later on Facebook. So like we've hung out a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. We should just get married.
You think?
Why not?
What's your? You never been married.
No.
Who is your guy?
I don't know.
What does he feel like? Like, what's his gig?
I need somebody that looks like they're from the Bronx, but they're not garbage. It's tough. It's a tough look. It's a tough look.
What about Staten Island?
I hate Italians.
Yeah, right.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Right, that's a no.
That's a no. That's a
Okay.
definite no.
Are your parents dead?
My dad is, so
God
I
bless.
could date black guys.
Good. Yeah, that's good. You did bring a black eye to his funeral?
To my dad's funeral? No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
That would have been so funny.
I was pretty young then,
How old were you when your dad
like
died?
22.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's a young age.
And then you started comedy around then?
26.
Yeah. In New York. What gives you the balls to grow up in New York and then to go start comedy in New York? That's got to be hard.
My mom did stand up when I was younger,
Really?
like on and off. She never did it like continuously. Yeah, me and my dad took the bus to go see her doing like she had a bringer show and we went to it. I didn't know it was a bringer show at the time. I'm like
Whoa.
18.
Where was it? Like Dangerfield?
Stand Up New York.
Oh, Stand Up New York.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What a memory.
It's really
though.
not.
No?
No.
That's kind of cool though. Your mom, like,
Because if she should have kept doing it so she could have just helped me.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
I've
an
just
asshole.
been doing comedy for 20 years and I'm still like nowhere.
Thanks a lot, Mom.
Thanks
yeah.
for nothing.
What year was this that she was into comedy?
I don't know, 96.
Yeah, that was like the time. That was
Yeah.
like a right post-comedy boom of the 80s.
It was so long ago that she told me like if she made it big, she was gonna get me a car with a phone in it.
Yeah, I do actually.
And I was like, I'm gonna have a phone in my car.
I'm gonna have, and now who could I call? Anybody for $9.99
Anyone?
a minute.
Yeah, anybody. But yeah, she just never did it. She like
Yeah.
kept stopping.
Did she go to work after that?
What do you mean work?
Did she have a job?
No,
Your mother never had a job.
no.
And your old man
She was a waitress once in a while.
What was he?
A mailman.
Was he?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like a really hard job to get.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's like taxi driver in London. You know
it's
that?
like very. No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I don't know. It could be.
Really? To just hand mail out?
Yeah, but pre Google Maps and assistance from cell phones, you had to
You
like know
just-
streets.
Yeah, but you have you have like a couple of streets, and that's it. You keep doing that same thing over and over again.
Because our old mailman from my neighborhood did like my whole neighborhood here, but I guess it's LA is so big. I guess it's all spread out. So,
So
they
my dad did it since he was like 18 years old, and he worked in the hood because it was easier to do a lot of buildings in the hood that have to travel and walk a lot. So he would rather risk his life.
yeah.
Like what?
God, imagine the amount of eviction notices he handed out, huh?
A ton of that. I guess maybe not wage garnishments. Who's working? But like
Everything
just
was a past due bill.
yeah, he would
every
see
piece
like
of
he
mail.
was like I'd see a gun in there and
That's
drugs and
nuts.
shit. But like the people that like he was working there for so long that the people that like in that little community loved him so much and they came to visit him in the hospital. All these little black ladies, old little black,
is
and they
so
got him
sweet.
like beloved mailman, like flowers and stuff. It was really sweet.
What was his nickname? They got to give him a nickname.
Appo,
Yeah.
A-P-P-O.
Appo.
Mm-hmm.
Here come Apple, baby.
Yeah, that's what my mom used to scream.
Here come Apple, baby.
Appo's coming.
My dad was a contractor and worked. For the most of my childhood, I remember he would, when he was not in prison, he was
Was your dad really in prison for what?
drugs.
Oh, he
Never
was doing
hurt
drugs?
anybody. Yeah, he was dabbling in the culture.
Was he selling them?
Sure.
No, seriously.
What are you, a cop?
I don't know. I love that he's working.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was involved in the world of drugs
Okay.
and crime. I imagine. But I'll never get the truth. Do you know what I mean? I'll never hear the real story.
Why? Is he dead?
No, he's alive. I don't know him really well.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't
do
know
and
that.
I don't. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
we've reconnected as adults, but at my whole childhood he was in prison. So like I don't.
Gotcha.
It was kind of my parents split when I was 1, but my dad used to work when I would go with him on runs. He'd be like, "You want to work with me today?" And what a sad thing to do to a child. No, I want to go to the park, but like sure I'll
But
go.
you're a working 1-year-old?
No. When I was like 7 or 8, he would take me
okay.
out, but he would use me as like a cute little redheaded
Yeah.
pawn.
I mean, why else do you have a redheaded
I know.
kid?
Or to just, or to sell it. But he would go to the west side and the south side of Chicago. He would go to the neighborhoods that a lot of these guys would refuse to go to
Mm-hmm.
because he created a rapport with them because he had balls. He just didn't give a shit. My dad was kind of a larger than life guy, tall, big, strong. He didn't care. And they loved him. But here come Richie. Here go Richie. Richie, where your little man at? Where that little Opie looking boy at? I used to hear that all the time. Here come Richie with a little Opie. Opie Taylor is
that's
such a
amazing.
specific
I love
reference.
that.
Yeah. But they loved me, and I'd go around. He'd be like, "Oh, Miss Johnson, Andrew, come here, come say hi to Miss Johnson," And he would do their kitchens and everything. But he loved working the hood because a lot of those guys, I think people just didn't want to, and they were like, "I'm not going down there."
Right, but it's like if they love you, they love you.
Oh, they fucked with him big time, and he was very connected. People knew him in the community, and I think my grandfather did similar stuff, so it just led him down the.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is a way to like really make real money. That's what he used
sure.
to. He's like, they got money too, buddy. He'd say that all the
I'm
time.
like, what?
Yeah.
How come nobody knows this?
Go
Spread the
take their
word.
money.
Spread the word.
No, but he would go. That was I remember thinking like and my mom would be like, "Where'd you go with your dad?" Be like, "We were on the West Side all day." She's like, "Putting you in those situations. That's where all they get." Because all the West Side, at least back then, especially, was a very tough part of Chicago. Like just rough. Like where the Bulls play is
But
maybe.
also, nobody's going to harm him because you don't want to kill a white guy because they're going to come.
Yeah, you don't want to kill a white guy. They'll find out.
Right. And
Right.
they're going to investigate.
And you don't want. That's why he brought me. I'm
Right.
that's another safety net.
That's smart of him.
Did you ever do a route with your dad?
My dad used to gamble a lot, so I would do that with him. Yeah,
Me too.
He's a big gambler.
Yeah, we used to go to the. My grandfather was a gambler who worked at the dog track.
The dog track.
I know.
My dad was the horse track.
He did both. I mean, he worked at Arlington, and then
I'm sure my dad would have bet on like
anything.
pigeons.
Yeah,
anything.
they bet on turtle races.
Yeah, he could bet on anything.
But I said that this morning to somebody that, like OTB.
OTB, that was there all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
I
All the time.
smelled like smoke. Like I hung out at a bar all night.
Yeah, my mom used to make me when I came home. My mother would make me take off my clothes in the garage. It was so like demeaning. She'd be like, "You stink. Take off your." So I'd have to get naked in the garage.
Were you ever like, "Hey, Mom, why don't you just hang out with me so I don't have to go?"
Yeah, no.
She's like, well,
some of us have to work.
"Oh, okay." she worked.
Andrew.
My mom wasn't even working. We were going with him, and she was just doing nothing.
Yeah, but they were together.
My parents?
Yeah. My parents were separate. So when I come back
got
to my
you,
mom's
okay.
house, she like loathed the smell of Winston cigarettes, and that's all. I smelled like cloth car seats and Winston cigarettes. When the sun bakes on a cloth car seat and a Cutlass, and those cigarettes seep into your
Those
clothes.
cigarettes are so gross.
Yeah,
I think that's why you feel hungover, 'cause that smell.
the smell does it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You never smoked.
I did when I was drinking. I mean, the next day you're like, you smell so gross.
Yeah, but it tastes so good when you're doing it.
Sure, just chain smoking, like one here, one here.
What was your cigarette?
Newports?
You're really sticking to the theme.
Listen, I like what I like. What are you gonna do?
Hey, get my girl a Hennessy right quick. That's so fucking great, dude. Stay in line. Stay where you belong. I like that. Newports is so funny.
I would smoke anything, but I think that's what I would just get. I don't know.
What, like, did you, when you were in high school, when you were young in the Bronx, were you cool or no?
I was cool, but I went to an all-girls school, so
Ugh.
it's like there's not really like a cool, not cool thing.
Uniform?
Yeah,
How stupid is that shit?
it's so dumb.
It's the dumbest. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen, it saves time though, where you don't have to think about what you're gonna wear every day, but it
Right.
is stupid.
I guess it's good for the predators. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're wearing a skirt.
Yeah, they all
for
look the
sure.
same. That's why they do that, I imagine. Especially
So
Catholic.
that you could see up girls' dresses.
Yeah.
Is that why? Probably.
The predators made it easy. Yeah. Is Catholic school?
Yeah,
God bless. You're not. You're out though.
I'm very in. I'm very Catholic.
You go to church? Lies.
I pray
So
all the
many
time.
lies.
I pray all the time.
Why did they lose all of us?
It's just boring.
That's a big part of it.
Boring. Like I think if I was raised in the black church, I would probably have stayed.
Much more exciting.
Much more fun.
But now you see these new age white churches try to be like the black churches.
I know. He's saying no.
Fail.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
They're awful.
It's not as fun.
No.
But also, there's not a lot of I don't think the singing and dancing is as good at the
No.
white church.
No chance.
So that's why at the black church it's fun.
The black church is fun because you're allowed to express. A white church is like we sing, but also let's not yell out,
And we're not singing that well.
and we're not singing.
We're not dancing that. We're not dancing that well either.
The singing isn't that good. So please sing along with us. That was I hated going to church and having to sing. And
I was in
get
the
up.
choir. I think
You were,
I didn't. I mean, I didn't have a good voice. I think I just got pushed into it.
but your mom was like, you have to do it,
I don't know. My mom would always get us into activities.
and you didn't want to do any of them.
I like some of it, but like we were in ballet and tap and jazz. I did all that dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
It was okay. I did sports.
What sport?
Softball, volleyball, basketball. I wasn't like great at all them, but I would just. My sister did nothing.
Did you ever have a touch of the gay back then when you were playing all those sports?
No.
You're close.
I mean, I looked very gay.
Yeah, you're right there.
You know, though, I did see a girl the other day that looked like a dude, and I was like, I am somewhat attracted to her, but like, I would need the dick. So it's like, I don't think I'm gay.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Sometimes guys have stinky balls. That's a thing. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, and a lot of the guys, okay? And that's why I'm here to tell you about MANDO. MANDO, baby. That all body deodorant. This stuff is incredible. They make a lot of other stuff too, but I love the whole body deodorant. You can wipe it all over, every crevasse on your body, back to the knees, to the toes, to the eyes, to the nose, to the tush, to the crack. Don't be whack. Grab some Mando. It's created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal body odor is being misdiagnosed and mistreated. And I got to tell you, I'm out there sniffing. It smells bad. People need to get some Mando. Block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. The solid deodorant stick, it's formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. All products are baking soda free and paraben free. Shout out. I love the bourbon leather. That's my favorite smell because I look like I smell like that. People look at that guy, they go bourbon and baseball gloves. That's what he looks like. It's proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone clinically. Okay? With Mando, the average grundle odor level is a 0 out of 10. The Mando starter pack is great for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers are getting $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack with the code whiskey. You know it, at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Oh, here to tell you about Prize Picks. Man, it's one of my favorite times of the year. There's football going on, there's basketball going on, there's hockey going on. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to everybody. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. It's very easy to do this, right? It's not that hard. It's just more or less. Ladies and germs, you know, Jared Goff, he's going to go off. He's going to go. He's throwing for more than 230. Is my boy Caleb going to throw less than 400 yards? Probably. Is Saquon Barkley going to have more than 1 TD? More or less, that's all you got to do. My boy Travis Kelce, he's going to have more or less than 5 catches. Who knows? You may. But Prize Picks is the place to pick more or less for your fave players and see yourself winning some cash. Download the app today. Use the code whiskey to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You heard it. Download that app right now and use the code whiskey to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Ginger. I like gingers.
If you were in prison for the rest of your life, would you fuck someone? Like, you're there for the rest of your life, you might as well lean in.
Prison for the rest of my life.
I'm definitely getting a girlfriend.
Yeah, but you are domineering enough where someone's going to obey you.
Oh, I'm not going down on chicks though. They're
You don't
gonna
have to.
They're gonna go down on me.
No, you're top dog. You don't
But
have
doesn't
to.
that? But if you're the dyke, doesn't that mean you have to do the eating out?
In there, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules.
There's no rules.
No, well, there's standards, and they have upkeep. But I think you choose what you want. In the women's prison,
I still think, isn't there rape in the women's prison? It's just not
probably
as bad.
more than there is in men's prison.
But women on women rape.
Yeah.
It's just fingering.
Yeah,
It's
but-
like still nearly not as bad as dick rape.
or stuff, or toys, or things they find.
Like
And
a
that-
shoe.
Yeah, shoe. Just a Reebok size 9.
Man, the white Reeboks, the old ones.
The old school ones. He's probably got them on right now. Look at
Those
them
are
all.
so dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really bad.
That's like crazy. How much?
embarrassing.
Oh my
That
God!
whole-
This is
yeah.
this is your guy.
I told you we don't pay him.
But like, come on.
No,
those
I wasn't
shoes
kidding.
are terrible.
No, but he
Bad.
doesn't deserve shit.
Wow.
How much money were you making at 25?
I was not making a lot of
Okay,
money.
so case in point, he's getting more than all of us were ever making at 25.
I worked at the DA's office as a crimes victim advocate. I was making $27,500.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
As a crimes victim advocate?
Yeah. So if you were the victim of crime and like say something happened to you, I would advocate on your behalf to like. One guy was he got shot by accident. They thought he was somebody else.
Okay.
Which I think happens a lot.
All the time.
And he was like shitting in colostomy bags, and he didn't have money to get more bags, and he didn't have insurance. So I was like working to get him more colostomy bags because his girlfriend was just taking the shit out and then reusing his colostomy bag. And that's like a kind of love that I don't have.
Yeah,
I'd be
no,
like,
no
you're
chance.
actually on your own.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not taking
I'm out. I'm out.
People do get shot a lot on accident.
Yeah, they think you're someone else.
The nonchalantness of it. My childhood best friend told me a story that made me laugh so hard. He was on the subway, in Chicago, and it's like the afternoon. It's like the afternoon rush, and he's on the train and he sees this guy who sees another friend of his, and he goes, "Oh, what's up?" He's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Hey man, whatever happened to And he named some guy's name. He's like, "What happened to CO?" He's like, "Oh man, he got shot." And he was like, "Damn, he got shot?" And he goes, "What happened?" And the guy turns around and he just goes, "It was a dispute," and then turned back. To this day, it's one of my favorite.
That is the favorite thing to say. It was a dispute.
But it was so calm. He goes, he's holding onto the pole, and because the guy's over his shoulder, like behind him, it was a dispute, and then just face forward like it never happened. Like,
that is so funny.
and
to
the other
me.
guy was like, like he understood
He's
completely.
like, oh, I know what
Just a
happened there.
dispute, dude. And that's what happens. There's disputes. I remember seeing a guy get robbed on the subway. I put it in like my first album, and he like looked at me, and I was a kid.
For like help?
You just looked at me as if like, tell someone do something, And I was like, no. I have like
Get
3
outta
stops. I faced forward immediately. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. It was happening right next to me. I was like, no way.
But that's what happens in New York too. Somebody will be getting like the shit kicked out of them. And you just keep walking.
You don't
like
have a choice.
in New York, you have to like, or wherever, you have to just like. I had a boyfriend that was like, don't get in anyone's world.
Oh,
I
that's
would
good.
like do that where I would see an injustice. I'm like in their face. He's like, don't get in their world. And now you're just like.
Could you imagine you are in that world? Then you become a.
I'm coming out of the cellar, and this girl and this guy are like fighting, and this guy takes this girl and he slams her head on the fucking car. So I get it. I'm going, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, oh, we're filming a sketch. There's a camera right there, and I'm like, yeah, man, don't like do that in the village. That's crazy. You just slammed her head on the fucking, and then I was like, what was I gonna do? Like,
Right.
just go to your fucking car and leave.
Just go to your car.
Because what's gonna happen? She's gonna stay with him anyway.
That's going to be every.
I don't even know them.
All domestic violent now. Officer, we were filming a sketch.
I mean, there were people filming it, but who knows? Maybe they were filming because she was getting beat.
Right. Everyone pulls their phone out now.
Right. So it's
You
like,
see that more often than anything. When I see something going bad, last night on the way home, there was a gentleman. I felt so bad. There was a guy. His motorcycle had hit the back of this guy's car. So obviously, it wasn't death, but he got smoked and he was across the street and he was laying down. And the amount of people outside filming was crazy. I was like, what is that going to do? But that's going to get TikTok views for them or whatever it is.
I mean, could you imagine like there was all this technology during the Holocaust and people are just filming it?
There was. There really was.
There was. That'd be so crazy.
Just reel to reel. Well, they do have old film footage of the Holocaust. They do.
Yeah.
It's online. You can see some of it online.
A lot of it though was like when American troops were.
Yeah. But none of it made it to TikTok, which is annoying,
I mean, how do we get it on
Holocaust TikTok, where is that?
I did a joke about Hunter Biden. And they were like, this goes against our community standards. We're going to leave the video up, but silence it. So now it's just on there. And I'm like,
But the words are up.
no.
Oh, you didn't even put the words
I don't
up.
think I even had the words up on it.
That's why we do the words,
Or
in case
maybe
they
I
try to
did.
silence
I don't
us.
remember.
In case Elon tries to silence us.
I'm so bad at all social media.
Who's good at it?
A lot of people. A lot of people are really good at it.
I think I'm pretty bad, eh? Am I?
You don't really try though.
I don't go for it.
Wow. He just told you don't try.
Yeah, no, I don't at social media. I'm not good at it. Well, because I'm admittedly not good at it, so I don't do good at it.
Yeah.
So I don't. I've tried, but it's bad.
I'm just posting videos and I'm like, I don't know what I'm really supposed to be doing here.
Well, you're a comic, so
Yeah, but a lot of people like know how to do it. They're in the algorithm. Like everyone keeps saying the algorithm keeps changing, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
But that's what's good. If you stay in your lane, it'll come right back to you.
It's not coming back. It's been 20 years.
You have a special on fucking Netflix right now.
It doesn't mean anything.
It means a lot.
To who?
To me,
You already have your own specials on Netflix.
who cares? This is
You're
about
not the
you.
person I need to impress. I need to
Who do you
impress.
impress?
I
You're-
need somebody that's going to come out to my shows.
They come out to the shows.
I don't know because they told me. So I didn't know that they give you your numbers.
They do.
They give you your 10-day and 28-day numbers.
That's
so I'm
right.
like, okay. I was surprised because I have no following at all.
What do you mean you're surprised that they give you the numbers?
I'm surprised that I was surprised at the number of people that had watched it.
Right.
And I'm like, that is not reflected on social media.
Right.
So how do those people ever come see you?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean,
They don't.
they don't.
Right.
Sorry. No, they do. But the
Don't
more
lie to me.
the more you push it, the more you talk about it, the more it gets into the zeitgeist of the world of comedy.
Maybe.
and it's good, and you're very funny. You're very funny. I mean,
Well, thank you.
you know,
But you do say that about everyone.
no, I don't. Do I say everyone? No, I don't
You're
say
kind of
everyone's funny.
untrustworthy.
I just won't. I won't say it if I don't think they're funny.
Really?
Well, I just will just talk.
You're
Right?
just like, hey, I think you're great.
Yeah, you're great. Yeah, they're great. Or they're cool.
Do you never tell anyone you think they're funny? Even like you've never been in a situation where you're like, oh, good set, and someone had like a terrible set.
I'll be honest and say that I don't say that. I don't do the good set thing.
Okay.
Very rarely. If I see you do a good set, I will come up to you and say like, dude, I loved that, blah, 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 blah.
Right. Or you could say you were having so much fun. That's a nice way of not saying good
Weren't you
set.
up there having fun?
Man, you just
You
really
were
had a lot of
there
fun up
having
there.
Fun, weren't you?
You were fucking that stool and you loved it.
You're just a fun comic.
So I haven't seen people fuck a stool in a while where now I almost think it's funny.
It's funny if it's someone that you wouldn't expect. Like if Ryan Hamilton did it, I'd be
Oh
like, this
my
is gonna
God, that would be
crush.
amazing.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? If someone like
Yes.
that did it, Hamilton did a bit the other night that I'm not going to do because it's his stuff. But God,
He's so funny.
Just beyond. He's one of my favorite people to watch. I think he sits in the pocket very well in a way that like I get flustered sometimes. I can feel myself being like, get out. But he'll sit in something that's, you know, kind of like working through it. I'm not as good at that. I get nervous and I'm like, get out and do something else.
So you'll just abandon a joke?
Yeah, if it's just kind of mediocre and I think the next tag isn't even that good, I'm like, whatever.
Whatever.
I'll just move on. Yeah, I don't love, like some people are so comfortable in the silence. Nah, man, I'm not good.
Yeah, but that probably forces you to write better jokes.
Just more. It's like you better have something else.
Right.
If that thing is weak and I'm doing 4 sets in a row, you know, out in New York, because I also get so threatened when I come to New York that I'm like, you better do good, dude, because you don't live here.
I can't think that's how I feel when I come out here, though.
Same thing. Yeah, we have that
Yeah.
anxiety of like, you better do good. You don't live here. They don't see you all the time. Your friends, people that see you all the time at the cellar or people that see us at the store, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But you ever like bomb and it's so fun because your friends are there watching you just bomb?
One of my favorites. If the
Yeah,
night
it's
is also
great.
bad, like the crowd's bad, the night's bad, the other comics were doing terrible, those are the best
And you
nights.
just go up and you're only playing to them.
Right? And then you can tell really wild bullshit.
Oh, yeah. and
That's
they
never
just-
gonna make
they
it
just
out.
hate you
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah. Those nights are really, like, those nights are my favorite OR nights when in the original room it's half full, it's a Wednesday, it's off. It might be just after like a holiday, you know, where it was like a 3-day weekend. Nobody wants to be there. They were like paper tickets, you know, that they're handing out on
Oh,
Sunset.
that's the worst, yeah.
Yeah. Well, do they hand out anything at the cellar or no?
They don't hand out stuff at the cellar, but the cellar now does this thing where like they have a QR code. So if you're unhappy about something, people are like saying stuff.
What you mean they can comment about the comics?
Yeah, like
Fuck that.
yeah, they'll be like, if you have any like questions or concerns, or like let us know what your experience has been like. And that was not always the case. So now I think people who will just be upset by a joke, or, like I had one set where I left there and I go, that's gonna be a problem. It was just too many jokes that upset. I just knew it was, and it was a problem.
What was the thing that you don't have to say the joke, but what's the topic
I don't
that
even
set people
care.
off?
Like, I think it was a dark set, and then I went into like the Middle East, and some girl in the audience went next, and I couldn't let that go. And I couldn't let that go.
No.
And then when that happens, I like dig a deeper hole.
Yeah, you're
Like
like,
I'll just keep going.
go deeper and deeper with her?
Yeah.
About the Middle East or about her?
I did the Middle East, and then I kind of went on a thing where I was like, are you trying to silence me? I'm like a white woman. I'm trans. I'm diabetic. Like, I just went on that whole thing that upset her. And I was just upset. And then after I think I doubled down with like a school shooting joke. Like, I just was
Yeah.
so annoyed.
Dig deep.
Yeah, and when I listened, because when Esty was like, we should have a talk. And I was like, what? Just like tell me. And that's the worst thing too, when she like emails you and you're like, just tell me. Don't make me like have anxiety for 3 weeks till I see you.
Right. Just say what I
And
did
she was like,
wrong.
it's nothing bad. I was like, it's definitely
It's
bad.
bad. Yeah.
She's like, I'd rather talk to you about it in person. I'm like, So I asked to see the set because I knew what it was.
Yeah.
So I watched and I was like, this actually wasn't, because I was like, I hope I didn't call this girl a because that's the thing. I was like, I don't know. I can get crazy like that.
But it's okay. Isn't that okay?
I think is like, I don't know. I think people get really offended by it. I don't think it's offensive, but
Yeah.
other people like, I just didn't know if I said that or not.
Mm.
So I watched it. I was like, actually, I did better than I remembered. So when I seen her, she's like, you know, you're a good writer. She's like, and yeah, smart jokes. She's like, could you like spread out some of the darkness? I was like, and first she was like, well, don't, if someone says something to you, don't respond back to them. I go, well, that's not going to happen because if you don't shut these people up, they'll just keep talking. Also,
Yeah.
the seller used to shut everyone up. They don't really do that anymore now.
Well, you know why? This is the new world of like crowd work clips and all this stuff.
Crowd work clips, and also they don't want negative reviews, I don't think.
That's such bullshit. It's so crazy. For a comedy club to have all positive reviews would
There's
be...
no way, yeah.
That'd be weird to me.
Yes, but also I think, too, people are doing these crowd work clips, too, so they don't want to shut them up. But it's like, if anyone's talking to me, it's not that I want to talk to them. I
Right.
almost rarely will talk to someone in the audience.
And there's only so many people that are really good at that dance that can get back. Like Attell can get right back.
Yes.
He's
great
able
at
to do it and get right back in a very like smooth way because he ingratiates himself so well that everyone's like, okay, we'll listen again.
But I think a lot of comedy clubs are, I don't know, I think a lot of them are just like, don't want people in the crowd to be upset. I feel like that's, I don't feel like it was that years ago, and I feel like now every comedy club is like, wants everyone to have a good time, obviously, but like, doesn't want to ruffle any feathers. Like, I've worked at the Cellar where like the cops got called, I had to get walked to my car. Like, that's not, I don't know how that would go down now.
That's not a good review.
That's not a good review, but this was years ago.
Yeah, just ask that girl next time if she wants to shoot a sketch outside. You want to go outside and shoot a sketch? Like a little sketch we can shoot.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it just seems like the culture, and this was before crowd work clips, but it just seems it's changed a bit.
Yeah, well, I will say I'll toot our own horn a little bit, but the Comedy Store, they're no bullshit. They'll throw you the fuck out real fast. They don't play, and they're still trained to like
that.
really clip people. And I will say, the mark that was left by Mitzi was that like the comics rule. So fuck them if they don't like it. They can fuck off. She's pretty good about that's kind of the standard at the store still.
Mothership is obviously like that because
Well, yeah, because
right.
yeah,
but like that's great. Like as soon as someone talks, they should be like, "You're getting
get
out of
out.
here."
Get out. The only time that I'll play with someone a little bit if they're getting too much, and I'll go, I love you too, but it's usually some idiot being like, oh, fuck, I just love you, dude. You're like,
right?
I love
They
you too,
love you
man.
so much, but they can't contain
I love you
it.
too, but you got to cut it out because you're going to
Yeah.
fuck up the rest of the show for everybody.
And you're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah. I've only had to do it, like, honestly, a very handful of times, but, like, it's when it does happen, it's a relief for everybody. Because you're like, dude, we
ruining
tried
it for
so hard.
everyone.
Yeah, don't do it. We tried so hard
Stop.
to let you stay. We want you to stay. I want you to have your chicken wings and your pizza.
But sometimes they're just too drunk.
Yeah, I mean, certain cities too it's undeniable. We played. Where was the guy? Philly, the guy that threw up on the first 3 rows.
I mean,
yeah.
why are you
Dude,
throwing up?
I'm not. This is insane.
Also, people in Philly drink as soon as they wake up. Like it's crazy.
Before the show started,
When people were getting
seated, some guy over like 2 rows. I opened up the curtain to look. I'm not kidding. 30 seats. This guy sprayed.
What, was it Baltimore?
A Philly or Baltimore? It was one of the two.
I think it was Baltimore.
Both trash.
It's the
Same
same
thing.
beautiful
Right
place.
next to each other, but yeah.
I love Philly so much.
Because my parents were there, sitting right next to where the puke came down.
Oh, it was Baltimore then. That's
Yeah.
right. And it was. I was impressed. I was like, this guy barfed before the show
It happened
even
twice.
started.
It
Well,
happened over the
someone
balcony.
Someone threw up in the balcony too.
And
yeah.
then the other
And he threw
person-
up down.
Yeah.
And then
someone
another
came
person
down.
cleared out his row.
Pretty
as people
cool.
were getting seated.
My friend was at a show and this guy had a stroke and he just shit his pants in the front row. And like, you just kind of have to stop the show
Yeah.
and get this guy outside. But there's like, shit.
Shit. That's how. By the way, that's how they seat. They're like, you look like you have a stroke. You want to be in the front row?
I was at New York Comic Club one night and this lady was maybe, where is she from? Maybe England? I don't know. But she fell. She must have like passed out and then shit. And then went in the bathroom and made a mess in there. And then she went to go into the showroom to sit down.
No, ma'am.
Yes. And they were like, we're calling you an ambulance. You have to get the fuck out of here.
Is this not okay?
Yeah,
Back home, we can do this just fine.
I think the husband had no idea that she just shit all over the floor and then shit all over the bathroom. And she had like a dress on and none of it was on her dress. It was like
That's
crazy.
class. That's class.
That's English.
Keep
people,
that shit
yeah.
contained. Yeah, they're good at that. I had a poor person. I had some person. I don't even know if it was a man or a woman or whomever, but at Nashville, Zanies there's like the top balcony.
yeah.
Someone had like a medical emergency as well. I'll say because we don't know what it was, but it was like so creepy and scary because the silence was deafening. Like I thought somebody died, like legitimately had a heart attack and died, and everybody was just standing up, kind of giving me like these eyes. I was like, okay, well, let's take a break. Let's let everybody calm down. And then
What happened? Like someone
the
just
EMTs
screamed?
came, and then I think somebody. Who is that?
I think Bobby saw somebody.
Idiot. I think somebody. What a loser.
That was wild timing.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Say hi. Don't be rude.
Hello.
What are you doing here, by the
Do
way?
you hate me?
That's at 4, right? He's an hour early.
You're an hour early.
What time is it now?
And you're interrupting my pod. Wait, come here. Hey, Robert. What a cunt. Say hello and fucking say I'm sorry
Good to see you.
for
What's up?
interrupting the
How you
show.
doing? Do you want to sit on my lap?
Dark Queen, huh?
Get-
Comedy. Dark Queen of comedy are here.
No, don't let him sit down. Although the Ozempic is working, dude. The kid's looking thin.
Oh my God, you're so skinny.
He's losing his butt.
Are you being real?
You are losing your butt. I'm not gonna lie. You have lost your butt.
My Brazilian butt?
Your BBL is
Yeah,
gone.
I did. Well, Asians are supposed to have flat ones.
Go get a coffee and leave. I don't want to fucking talk to you anymore. Pig. I hate him so much.
You guys love each other.
More than anything on planet Earth.
I wish you guys were gay.
We're
together.
pretty close. The comments would argue we are.
You are gay. I love that.
The amount of people in the comments that say like, "This shit is so gay, it's gross," because we are pretty free on the show, but people get really creeped out by it. I think people get mad. We had a drag queen do a book reading, and people got real mad about that. It was, and the book was called "Don't Touch My Dinosaur."
Was it a good book?
Really good, and she killed. She was so good.
What did she do? She was just reading it or she was dancing?
A little bit of everything, really. She was a
Yeah.
performer.
Oh, okay. I like
She was a
that.
performer.
It was a performance.
It is weird because when all of the like people were upset about like the drag queens reading, I'm like, how come they were all unemployed though and able to read to kids? Like, how come none of them have jobs? That was like my one concern where I'm like, why are none of them employed?
Yeah, what do they do? What are they up to?
I guess
They're probably
maybe,
just comics, waiting for spots at
maybe
night.
that's true. Yeah. So
You
the
know?
days are free.
I mean, we're in drag. We pretend like we
Are regular people.
regular people, and such. What a lie!
Yeah, that's true.
It's like the best lie of all time that when we do go out in public and we don't know how to function. When you see comics in public, when you see a comic in public that doesn't know you're seeing them, it's such a funny experience.
Yep.
You're like, look at how weird this person looks in the wild.
Just like roaming around by themselves, lost.
Yeah, with a headphone in, trying to be cool a little bit, but it's not working. It's like if it feels like how when a robot isn't integrated yet and they're trying to make it like talk to people, and you're like, oh no, it's not working, is it?
Like Mark Norman.
It's not working. Why is it not working? Yeah, I do love the kid. He's kind of my he's my little comedy soulmate.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, have you found one?
I feel like I keep switching. I have a couple.
Louis is definitely your comedy soulmate a little bit.
Maybe.
I think so. He
The way
fucking
we
loves
speak-
you.
I don't know.
He does.
I guess so. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take love.
Yeah, I can see. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch this. I love you.
That's weird.
See?
That's so
I
uncomfortable.
really love you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go
I
drink.
love you so much.
Oh my God.
No, go please. When's the last time you had a sip?
I actually had a glass of wine with Ari and Louis. I took them out for like doing everything for me. It was
Yeah.
like a thank you, and we got like a bottle of wine. I don't think wine is that good.
Mm-mm.
So
Foot grapes.
it's not great.
Not a fan.
So
I don't
I
even
just-
understand it.
But I do like anything where I can like where I can numb out and just like not think about stuff.
Do you? So you say you switch your addictions.
Sure.
Is there one that you're afraid to touch because you know that it'll like cripple you forever?
Maybe like heroin. I
Ye-
feel like that's everyone's though.
You say that, but I don't know. I
think I
turned
could
off
bounce
to the
back?
culture more than anything
Oh, I think I'd have a good time.
because I'm kind of a neat freak. Like
I think you would totally not care about being neat. I think it might be exactly what you need.
the
to
anxiety
let
of
go.
becoming unneat is why I'd be like.
But you're gonna not even care. You're gonna be like, I'm so unneat right now.
It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter. I'm like in this park.
Oh, God. Imagine me on heroin. Everyone's nodding off, and I'm cleaning up the house while people are nodding off in my.
They
home.
might love that.
Yeah.
You'll be the only person that knows exactly where their heroin is
And knows
because everything's tidy.
my base level. Like I know exactly how much H to do.
There's a story about a professor that did heroin recreationally.
Really?
Yes,
Who is this?
you can ask that
Yeah,
guy
ask
to
the
look it
kid.
up. And he was in a pretty prestigious university, I think. Maybe NYU.
Is it Carl Hart?
Well, go ahead. Your guess is as good
I
as
have
ours.
no idea.
Just popped up.
What does it say he
What
did?
professor is he?
He did heroin recreationally. It's because what a cool thing.
I mean, he's known for research on recreational drug use. I mean, he popped up when I looked up Professor Recreational Heroin. It doesn't look like he looks pretty young, actually. Well, maybe. When was this?
2 years ago.
I was gonna say
Okay,
during
maybe
the-
this is the guy.
during the the
I think he's black, right?
He is black.
the acid test years though. There was a lot of university
Yeah, no, this
professors
is him.
doing acid.
Oh, so that is him. Yeah.
What's his name?
recreational heroin user. Carl Hart. He's 58. He looks great.
I wonder if sometimes he does it. He's like, I want to do more, but then that people, what they said about me will be right. Like he's fighting to not do more heroin probably
sure.
all the time.
I'm sure.
Because everyone's like, you're going to one day not be able to come back. He's like, now I have it under control.
Right.
And every time he does, he's like, I fucking want so much more.
Yeah, it took him 25-year research career. He found that most drug use scenarios cause little or no harm, and that some responsible drug use scenarios are actually beneficial for the human health and functioning.
Sure, but not the best one.
He revealed heroin, though, was one of them.
Yeah, I think like that's a very small percentage I could recreationally do.
I would assume
heroin.
it's just him. He's
I
the
think it's
one.
just him.
He's Neo. There's
Yeah.
got to be only like that. That is such a selective thing. In fact, you've heard these stories about like the acid test years, and those professors said like there was a lot of experimental acid use, and they said that they all kind of kept it under control. But the truth really is they all broke. Like everybody.
Yeah,
broke.
you have to go buck wild.
Yeah, because they were like, well, I want to try an extra dose tonight just for the research.
He looks great, though.
That's
Wow,
exactly
he
what.
looks fantastic.
You know why? Because you're sleeping so much.
Yeah,
So you just
you're
look-
napping. You're constantly napping.
Yeah, you're just sleeping, so you just look like in a restful state. I think.
I guess I could use some heroin to get some sleep. I
it
don't sleep
actually
well.
wouldn't be bad for you.
All right. Again, this is probably the worst legal advice I've ever had.
But I'm not your legal counsel. I'm
You
your
are.
I'm your friend.
I know, but honestly, I have to entrust you in case I get busted.
We can't. I
Okay.
can't do that.
That's fine.
Don't entrust that to me. Have Bobby as your lawyer.
No fucking way.
There's
Insane.
no good Asian lawyers.
There is no good Asian lawyer. Google that. Are there any good Asian lawyers?
There's got to be at least one.
There's one. Like, there's got to be one good Asian lawyer who's a baller. He's the
He's
guy that
killing it. Every
Yeah.
Asian person wants to hire them.
we can't get a hold of Chang. He's impossible to book.
Dalip Singh Sound.
Oh, Dalip Singh Sound. Yeah,
the
I know
first.
him.
Yeah, okay.
No, Dalip Singh Sound is famous.
I'm having
famous.
deja vu right now. You've never heard of this guy.
Dalip Singh Sound.
Oh, it says he's Indian, though.
Which
Which is technically
That is
Asian.
It
Asian,
is, but it's not the
wasn't what
kind.
we were
It's not the kind of
thinking.
Asian
Yeah.
we were talking.
You know what the
about.
fuck
We know
we're
what we
talking
were
about, dude.
thinking.
Don't
Yeah.
play
He's
that
just the
game.
first one that popped up.
Yeah,
so maybe
okay.
what we were talking
Was there
about
no
was true.
picture?
No.
Fine.
Then I looked him up, and then it was.
Dalip Singh Song, though.
Dalip Singh Song.
Hiram Fong.
Oh, here I'm fine.
Him wrong Fong.
Right.
Hiram. These are all lawyers that were. This guy became a U.S. senator.
Really? There
He
you
was
go.
Born in Honolulu, though.
I like Dalip Song better.
Yeah.
Dalip Song.
More fun name.
Yeah, Dalip Singh Song.
Dalip Singh Song.
He was the first Asian American elected to Congress.
Well, that's
How
pretty
come
fucking
no,
rad.
no? What's his name?
Dalip Singh Song.
Dalip Singh Sound. S-A-U-N-D.
But this is the Indian guy.
Yes.
Yes, but again, he's taking this Asian thing because they're allowed to. They're
I
Asian.
know, but you know, come on.
Isn't that funny when you have that? If you have a conversation with them and they're like, "Excuse me," you're like, "You know what I mean. You're
Come
not.
on. Come on.
You're not one of them. You're one
Wow.
of
He
those."
was
Stop.
elected in 57. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
What a time.
What's the last country or last? Yeah, what's the last country you'd visit?
Like before I die?
What's like the last country to visit before you die?
I don't know. I just like the beach. I liked Australia.
Yeah, that was fun.
Did you go see those quokkas?
We did. We
Were
went
they
to
cute?
Rottnest Island. Yeah, they're cute. They're like big rats.
Did you go with them to Australia?
We
Yeah.
did.
That's really cool for you.
Privilege.
Wow, that
Privilege,
is
privilege,
very
privilege.
privileged.
It makes me sick, dude.
You should have hired like a black person so you could take them to all
We
these
thought
places.
about it, but talk about unreliable. So what I was
Yeah, that is actually they don't make a good case for themselves. You just want to help them and you can't.
No, he was. You know what? We got him because he was a vulnerable, sweet. He was a vulnerable, sweet young man that works. He makes a lot of mistakes, though, an unbelievable amount of mistakes. Like, dude,
Like major ones?
yeah, dude, he has some fuck
Does
ups.
he book your flights and stuff?
No, I would never let him. He's too dumb to do that. He can barely book his own shit. He's not a bright kid. He's committed, dedicated, and artistic.
But,
Look at his
but
shoes.
those shoes doesn't mean he's dumb though.
Yes,
It
they
just-
do.
No.
Yes,
That
they
means
do.
I'm a hard worker. I work my shoes to the bone.
Why like that?
See, the kid
Like
thinks there's
that.
bones in shoes. That's how dumb he is. You fucking idiot. Don't do that. Cut it out.
What kind of mistakes does he make?
He's slipped up on a lot of weird stuff. He's overslept. He's not come in on time.
I used to
Have
talk.
you not done that?
Like once or twice.
He's done it enough.
I used to talk to a guy that was a foot surgeon, and he overslept and he like lost his job.
Really? One time? Was he out partying?
I don't think so. He used to be like an alcoholic, and he didn't want to go to AA meetings because he was scared he was going to see someone there that like would tell on him. I was like, yeah, but you're getting help for it. But yeah, he overslept, and then he just
Why do Alcoholics Anonymous? It's so not anonymous. Why don't they have those things?
where you just wear a bag over your head.
They should have some, or like a priest, like a confession area or something. They should all be in
I
separate
don't-
cubicles where you don't see people.
Well, maybe for LA because everyone here is like famous, but in like Kentucky, who
But
cares?
you go to fame. They go to fame. Well, with Kentucky, even worse because it's a small town that everybody knows all your business.
but everyone already knows.
That's also true. I think here though, you should have some sort of separation. There should be an AA where you're segmented
Well, you could
off.
do, I think, Zoom and stuff. That's probably better.
Yeah, but you have to feel the presence of people to make you know because Zoom. I mean, when you do Zooms, you're like, this is.
I'm doing
meaningless.
everything else while I'm on Zoom. I'm texting.
Yeah.
I'm cooking.
I'm taking a bath on Zoom.
You could do
I'm
whatever you
taking a
want.
full bath on Zoom. Yeah, it's meaningless.
It is meaningless.
And it also can't communicate how you really feel. It's impossible.
Phone meetings are better probably because you have to actually be on the phone and hear someone, I
And there's
guess.
something about the tone of your voice in a phone that tells something more than the Zoom. Zoom can be faked.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. But anyway, this guy is like a foot surgeon or whatever, and I used to kind of make fun of him because I think it's like a loser doctor.
Well, it's not chosen for sure. That's last. That's like a last resort.
Yeah.
That's like you ended up there. No one goes.
Is it the loser of doctors?
The loser of doctors is what's
Is
the kid? What's the
chiroprac-
kid one?
Pediatrician.
Pediatrician. That's loser doctor. You're a loser.
Or something a lot worse.
No, you're a loser doctor because honestly, you're not really fixing much.
What if you're like a child surgeon?
Awesome.
Okay.
Beautiful people.
So just the pediatrician part is.
Yeah, like a general practice one that's like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You got this snap? Well, it's bullshit.
I bet I could probably do it. Don't you feel like you could be a pediatrician?
100%.
Like you would probably not misdiagnose kids.
I mean, it's pretty easy. And also, they're fine. They'll be fine. They'll grow out of it. Their bones will
If
repair.
something happens, you'll no.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
If like you start growing like that, we're gonna say your spine, you have spinal bifida or whatever the fuck.
Scoliosis.
Scoliosis.
You remember those tests in school? They made you bend down in front. There was such a.
I had to do that in front of my doctor without clothes on. I don't think that's normal.
That was a fetish he had.
It was a woman.
How old were you?
It was also a black doctor. I feel like she did it to like put me in my place.
That's right.
I was like, I'm wearing nothing. I'm bending down, touching my toes. You're just looking at my asshole. It's a little weird.
Did you make you spread?
No.
Yeah, spread would have been even funnier.
That would have been, I think that's when my mother would have drawn the line. I think my mom was also there.
That's such an uncomfortable. My dad, when I got my first physical for sports, and the guy was feeling my balls, and my dad stood there, and I was like, "Why is this okay? Why do we need you to? Why?" Like,
How come he wasn't in prison then?
no, stepdad should have clarified. But you know what?
That's really weird. Your stepdad's there.
Nah, he's a good dude. He was he was
No,
like
I don't
my
mean
dad.
like. I just mean like.
No.
I don't need you there.
Well, because I was a minor, I think you have to have an adult in the room. Because I was 15 or whatever when I played high school. You know, I played when I got to high school and I did the thing. I think he had to be in the room legally.
Right, but 15, you're old enough to know if you're getting molested. It
Yeah,
should
but
be.
doesn't mean you'll keep it a secret.
Debatable.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't keep it a secret.
No, but I'm saying, but they could manipulate you at 15. Boys at 15 are 10. They're basically 10.
Wow. He still seems like he's 10.
Well, he 100% was molested, and I mean it
Oh,
wholeheartedly.
you were?
He has night terrors. He screams at night. He used to scream
How
on
do you
the
know
bus.
he's? Oh
On the tour
God.
bus.
On the tour bus.
Every
Oh,
night.
and he would yell, "No, please stop! Don't!"
And I'd,
Oh, my
I'd run out of
God.
the bunk sometime into the main. I'd wake up standing. I'm like, oh no.
Genuine.
Why do you take this guy with you on the road? That's horrifying.
We kind of want to see him break.
I don't know. He might be a fucking murderer.
No, he's too now. He's such a softie.
You say that.
Look at his eyes. He's got big blue eyes, but he does have
Didn't-
serial killer face.
Didn't Bundy also have eyes like
Bundy
that?
was a babe.
But then the guy that shot the CEO, I think, is hotter than Ted Bundy.
So hot. The
Yeah.
Italian kid.
Luigi.
Luigi.
Do you see they put out that they were like he had back problems, and everyone's like, "Oh." I love that they're
He's-
giving him context to why he was in pain.
I still want to know what the reason was why he did it.
We're about to find out in a day or two.
I heard he kind of lost his mind and like alienated himself from his family for like the last couple of months, and they hadn't heard from him. And this is how they heard.
Yeah, but what's the
where he
root of that?
Somebody
She's
was like,
saying-
"There's Luigi.
There he is.
He's in New York. How'd he get there?
What are you doing in New York, Luigi? You killed this man.
Come back home."
Come back home. I make you.
He's like, "I murdered somebody." Like, yeah, but you come home.
You come home. You can come.
You
home.
can come back.
We all murder
call them.
somebody. Come on, you come home. You come home. It's a family
I
tradition.
called them.
You murder, you come home. Yeah, I can't believe they got him, but I do have this conspiratorial part of me that's like, that ain't him. That ain't the killer.
You don't think it is?
Nah. No, I don't. They were like, they found a manifesto in his backpack. It was like, really? I feel
It was
like
just
that guy.
Mein Kampf.
I don't believe that he had a manifesto. These things seem too clean. He wrote a manifesto and carried it around with him and got stopped at a McDonald's. It's like, what? You're
Oh,
telling me he made
no.
it out of New York only to get caught at a McDonald's?
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, bullshit. It seems like bullshit.
Do you think that he's doing this to like throw them off their tracks for the real killer?
A piece of me does. A piece of me also thinks that like NYPD and everybody. Yeah, look at him, cute.
What is he holding up?
He's holding a Happy Meal.
Oh,
Well, I
that's
got
the,
picked up at
that's the Happy
McDonald's.
Meal.
Well, the Lion King one. That
he
was
also
good.
seems a little bit like Arrested Development. Like,
hun-
doesn't he seem like
100%.
childlike?
Yeah, he sounds like a kid. He looks like a cute little kid.
Yeah.
Have you seen him with his shirt off? They had a picture up. He's ripped.
Yeah.
He's jacked.
That's good for prison.
Huge for prison.
He's
But-
gonna be hot.
But if you're that guy, you're Pennsylvania, you're going so far. I'm going so far away.
But if he's mentally insane, like he probably thought he wasn't gonna get caught.
Yeah, I guess. But you just disappeared somewhere in, the Carolinas. You're good. Appalachian, dude, you're gone.
Who the fuck wants to live in the mountains like that?
But they'll never know you're there. That's what's
go to
crazy.
Mexico.
Too far. That's far. That's really far from New York.
I mean, you have the time. You're not working.
Yeah, but you can't fly, so you got to find a way to constantly get car rides to get south. That's so far.
It doesn't seem like it's that far. The
Mexico.
Appalachian Mountains seems way further.
It's much closer to New York.
Well, I don't know how.
We got to get you
I
a
don't
map.
know. Oh, I'm not good with
Maps.
locations.
Yeah, it's much further. Significantly so. Well, okay, what's the first border town if you're headed south from New York? What's the first Mexican border town? We used to go party to border town south of Texas.
Yeah, it'd probably be like El Paso or something, like right there on Texas.
That might be the closest. That's so far.
It's very far.
That's like a 24-hour drive.
I mean, he got caught days later.
I can tell that you haven't left New York. That you grew
No.
up and stayed there your whole life.
I did.
Because you're like, Appalachia seems like it's further than
I never know
it's
where
like-
anything is.
I know.
I always think that everything's like an hour away.
It's like an hour away. Yeah, because for you kids, it was growing up. Everything on the East Coast was like, how do you get there? It's a 45-minute drive.
Really we drove everywhere.
Like
but
Philly,
I really,
Boston, you can get
right,
everywhere.
But I don't know where anything is really.
You're not good with any of
Like
that.
Minneapolis, no.
No clue where that is.
I know it's that way. I know I can't go into. It's the water and then that way.
Did your family vacation when you were a kid?
We didn't vacation anywhere good. We went to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, never Jersey Shore.
Did we go to Wildwood? Maybe we did like Ocean City.
Ocean City, yeah. No Long Island.
No,
Never.
we never went to Long Island.
That's fancy.
Yeah, we were not fancy.
Yeah. You were kind of like,
Trashy.
not trashy, working class.
I don't know. If only one of your parents works, is it working class?
It's work class. It's a class.
It's a class. My
But-
mom should have been working. Because you get older, you're like, hey, why did you just do nothing? And we had nothing. Why didn't you go do something? Why didn't you go do something so we had some stuff?
What is her
She'll be
excuse?
like, I was taking care of you guys, but she wasn't.
She was not present.
No, she was like, I guess I just told Ryan this. Like, we would, I guess high school was like a mile away from where we lived, and it would be freezing, and she had a car and didn't work, and she would just be sleeping, and we walked to school.
What? Mm-hmm. Was she an addict at all?
She's like depressed, but like, we're all depressed, lady.
Yeah. Get used to
Drive
it.
me to fucking school and then go back to sleep.
Right. We're depressed. Just put the sun visor
My mom's
low.
My mom's very selfish though. Like one day, so she was going through a divorce, and I worked for this divorce attorney, and I called him up and I was like, "Hey, will you meet with my mom?" And it was like 45 minutes from my house, so I pick her up. We go drive there. We go meet him, and at the end she goes, "Is there a reason why I'm opening all of the doors?" I go, "What?" I go, "You're just getting there faster." I'm like, "Walk slower." She's like, "I don't know why I'm opening all the doors."
Jesus.
It's like I literally took all day
Right.
to come here, bring you to this guy, and that's what you're saying.
Sounds like a lovely woman.
She's just like real selfish.
Is your mom hot?
She's okay.
She sounds like she's got it like that.
I mean, she must. She always gets husbands that like pay for everything, but she's fucking annoying.
Yeah, but that's why they like her.
You think?
Yeah, there's a duality. There's a thing that happens when she's cute and good looking. Annoying is perfect.
Well, she's annoying, all right. She's pretty fucking annoying.
But you love her. Say we love her.
I do love her, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
About how many siblings?
I have one sister and then a bunch of half siblings that I haven't met.
You don't know who they are at all.
I know who one of them is, so I grew up like a mile away from my biological father and his family.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you'd see him all the time.
No, I seen him like once in Caldors when I was a kid, and then I met him in 2017, and that turned into a whole fiasco. His whole family's jealous. He was sneaking around to see me. I'm like, this is weird, dude.
Sneaking around to see his own kid?
Yeah, because he had married someone that had 2 kids before him, so that wasn't his birth child, and she was jealous of me. I mean, the whole thing was crazy. His wife wrote me a 7 or 8 page like handwritten letter to stay away from her Joey. It was crazy.
Who has the time to read that?
I mean, I did. I read it on my podcast at the time. I wish I could find it because the letter was so crazy.
It was like a long threat to get out of her life forever.
Yeah, it's like I don't need to be in your like I don't want you guys as my family. I was just meeting him.
Just want to see the guy.
Yeah, he has red hair. Well, now it's gray.
What? That's your connection.
Red hair, yeah.
That's why Louis likes you.
Maybe me and Louis are both Hungarian, also.
Oh yeah, Hungarian Jews. That's right. And you're Mexican. Mm-hmm. So we know. Mm-hmm. And we're Mexican. I want everyone to do me a favor. Go buy a ticket to see the app dog.
The app dog.
What's your website is adrienneipalucci.com.
Yep.
We'll put in the link in the description below. Please go buy tickets because she's saying that, people aren't going to come buy my tickets. But you will. And you should. Because you're extremely funny. You're very talented. And,
Thank you.
And I would say to any of my black fans listening.
Do you have a big black fandom?
Two guys.
Ooh, I love it. That's 2 more than me.
2 guys. She's available. She's single, right?
I am single,
So
yeah.
get back out there.
I can't. If you have a lot of problems, I just can't.
You gotta be a real easygoing guy.
You gotta be an easygoing guy.
Easygoing guy. Really got to put up with a slow and low lifestyle and no drama. That's all she wants.
No kids either.
No kids.
Unless
Fuck that.
they're older.
Unless they're 30.
Unless they're like
Out of high school.
20.
Out of high school. Got to be out of high school and then she's available.
Or you just abandon them. It's also fine.
Same.
Same.
Go see her live, please. I mean it. I appreciate you coming here.
Thank you so much for
I know you're on
having
a big run. Please watch on Netflix of it right now. Go watch The Dark Queen. And we end the episode the same way. Look into that camera right there. You say one word or one phrase to end the episode. It could be a word, could be a phrase. It's your choice.
This is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, but you'll find it in your heart. What can bookend the episode better than whatever's in your heart and soul?
Dead babies.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.